Alright, so today I thought I'm gonna walk you guys through it, what makes my YZ so good. All the parts, aftermarket parts that I have on it, we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna tell you what I have on the bike and why I have it on the bike. So we're gonna start from, let's just start from the back, and then we're gonna walk our way to the front. So obviously I have a Dunlop MX tire in it for sand conditions. You know, you're just gonna change the tire according to your needs, you know, depends where are you riding at. To me, the sand tires suit me the best over here. I have a Enduro Pro Series wheels by Urmasi. This wheels has less friction, mainly that's where I'm lacking over here, because it just rolls so easy. When I'm in the garage, the bike just rolls so easy. It makes me feel like this bike weighs much less than it is. The wheels has two bearings on the chain side and one on the other, so it actually has three bearings. Quite bulletproof, I believe, because of that. The stock one has two and this one has three, so definitely an upgrade there. Sprocket, I have a Pro Taper. You know, I just choose it because of the black color. But this sprocket and chain, I have it on this bike for about 50 hours and no problem, no wear whatsoever. It suits me very well. I would never use any other chain than the OEM chain, because also the roll resistance, it's excellent. It just makes the bike roll so easy, and it's very light. I have the protector over here, not much there, you know, the swing arm protector. Plastic, no changes over there. I have the FMF titanium core exhaust, which is make the bike sounds very good and it looks better. I have the gnarly up front, so that's completing the system. Using titanium foot pegs, which is saving a lot of weight, and it helps me with the grip greatly. I'm really picky about having enough grip. I even grinding these time by time to make sure it's sharp enough. And for its weight, as you see, I took this to a machine shop and we actually ended up cutting a slack out of it on both sides to make it lighter. You know, saving weight is always a good thing. I have the I think I'm using the GTR filter in there, the air filter. Nothing special there. And here is the big kicker. This is the smart carb. I probably wouldn't own this bike that long if I don't have that smart carb on it, because the way it was in stock form, I didn't really like it much. Carburetor, you constantly have to change the jetting on it if you want to have a best performance of the bike all the time. And this one, you can just adjust it on the top. You know, it's very easy, very convenient. And you do that. If the temperature changes like 10 degrees, you already want to change the setup on your bike, because it makes that much of a difference to have it set up right. The V-Force, that's a big kicker. That's my latest discovery. I just discovered that. And that thing, that V-Force 4, huge improvement. No questions there. It made the bike leaner, I would say. Down below has more torque, and it's just a quicker throttle response. Awesome stuff right there. I also have the GTR heavyweight flywheel, the 800 ounces. That's another stuff which has made the bike way better than it was before. I think they have some kind of trick to it far as ignition timing, because it shouldn't make, you know, when you put something heavy on the bike, it should hold the bike back, generally speaking, you know, that's how it is. But in that case, you know, it just made the bike better, and it revs the same, you don't really notice anything. It just gives you a better engine with that flywheel being installed. You have more torque and just like a snappy ground. It just makes the bike kind of respond way better below, and it's not gonna die that easy. So up here we have a pro taper low bend. You wanna have, this is a little side note, you know, if your grip is wear down on the end, that means your handlebar is not good for you. The grip is supposed to wear equally. If it does, that means you have the right size bend on your bike. I think that's really important. Otherwise, you just gripping the handlebar and, you know, way more than you should, and it just wears you out much quicker. So this is like a little trick, which is, I think it's important to have the right bend, so you're holding the bar like it should, not like, you know, like this or like that, you know, just right on spot. These ASV levers, I love them. It's really awesome. Ergonomic is excellent. You know, it just, my finger is just goes right in spot all the time, and it's just very easy with the trick what I made to it. So the trick is, I'm going to show you guys on another build, but the trick is, this is the OEM hole, and I drill another hole over here, and that's what gave me a very light clutch pull. So that's the trick on that. I have the 720 SPC on it. It just you know, helps me with the grip again. The suspension, I have the stock suspension. I messed with a lot of it on it to set it up right, but I just like the suspension the way it is. I don't feel like I need to do anything with it. I set it up super hard, and it serves me very well. It's just an awesome suspension. Luxon triple clamp, 22mm offset. That's a must-have on this bike. I mean, literally, that's something, you know, that's truly changing the ergonomics of the bike. All the 4-stroke Yamaha upgraded the triple clamp layout, so the whole bike is perfect for cornering. On the stock 250 2-stroke, it isn't. So this is a 22mm offset triple clamp, which is what it does. It moves the front wheel back towards to the engine, 22mm up here, and over here that's translate to about 1.5 inches. When I measured that from the foot peg to the center of the axle before I put the clamp on, the difference was 1.5 inches. So the whole front wheel moved back 1.5 inches, which gives me way better cornering and much stable bike when I'm cornering or do any kind of turns. Also helps with it to move the rear wheel back. Every pro racer does that. That's the first thing what you do when you buy the bike. This makes your bike super stable and high speed. Very important. Only way you can do that if you add one link to the chain, but it's very well worth it. If you want to have a stable bike, this is something that you must. Since we are in Florida, at least I am, I have the Boyson fuel pump in it, which is, to me, is crucial. Very hot weather over here most of the time. I also run engine ice in it. Sometimes I still overheat the engine, not much, but you know, sometimes I lose a little bit of coolant, not much again, but yeah. So the engine ice is something that is good to have if you don't wanna have your engine overheated. Recently, I've been messing with the front brake lever. I mean the front the brake line. I don't like that smushy feeling. The KTM brake is just spot on. So what I did first, I changed the rotor, so that gives me an instant hit, you know, like instantly grabs. And I still wasn't satisfied enough, so I bought these no-name brake line, steel brake line, which is helped me a little bit, but I'm still not satisfied with it. I still think the KTM brake are way better. It doesn't even move that much as this one does. You know, on the KTM you just do this, and the front is blocking, and that's what I like. Far as engine, I didn't do anything with the engine other than what we talk about it: the flywheel, the carburetor, and a V-force. And this is a monster. It's extremely powerful, extremely fun to play with. The power is endless. Every RPM, it just puts a smile on your face and sounds amazing. And it's about half, almost half. I have 44 hours, so about 50 hours. I'm gonna change the piston out. I already have a Virschner piston. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna put it in there, see what's the difference does it makes. Also, what I discovered, since I'm revving the engine quite a lot, because that's what I enjoy, even if the bike is, you know, kind of getting harder and harder to ride because it's getting more power, but I still revving it. And I think the oil, what I'm using Ems oil, Dominator. That helps me to have like the engine revs more freely, because that oil builds up on the cylinder wall and make the piston slide so easily. So I'm sure that helps me with the throttle response, and overall having a better engine performance to having that oil mixed into the engine. And I'm using, I think, the 33, whatever the book recommends for it. I'm using the regular mix ratio. I didn't do any crazy on it. I'm just gonna go whatever the factory recommends. I also have these kickstand on it. It saves weight, nothing special over here. Serves the purpose pretty much. Looks good. And I think this is it. So I don't feel like I want to put anything else on this bike. This makes the bike 100% complete in my book. Works very good. Always puts a smile on my face, like I said. And I think I'm done with putting any parts on it. For its modification, I don't feel like I need to do anything else to it to make the bike better, because this is a one badass machine. It just even the way it looks and more the way it rides, it's just one hell of a machine, that's for sure. Oh, and ODI grips. Sorry, I couldn't leave this out. These are kind of like gummy, and it helps greatly with the grip. And it's a half waffle, so it just makes the bike perfect. Everything about this bike is perfect. Unbelievable what a machine this is.